Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm doing a quick overview of StoryArchitect. Let me show you around this app. So as soon as you launch the app, you're gonna see the start screen. Here I have already a few screenplays in production. Here on the left, the triple line, as you press it, we're gonna have a few options. So this is like your settings for your account. And here on the top, we have the timer icon. You can set a sprint time, how many minutes you want to be actually writing for, continuously, non-stop. So right next to it will be your statistics on how many words you actually been writing. So I just did some test to input yesterday. I didn't do like extensive writing. So as you can see, there is a spike. The timing I spent and the words I input. So this is a very nice, cool little feature to motivate you to do writing and to see how well you're doing it. After you close it, so basically the same happens here. We have create story, open story. Also on the main page, I hit create story. In this free version, I have only two options, the screenplay and the novel. In the pro version, I will have more options here, so I choose the film screenplay. I name the screenplay My New Story and I hit create. So the first, as you can see here on the left, first is the project, the master folder, let's say, and all these files under are contained within this folder. So here is the project name, My New Story, and you can do a short description in the project. This can be a logline or something. So just random words. I'll start this. This is a very generic text, okay? At the moment, I don't have an idea for the screenplay. Then we press in the screenplay, and again, we're gonna have the name. Maybe your project might have a global name, but the screenplay can have like a different title. For example, we're gonna this chapter 1. Okay, the beginning. Okay. Here we have tagline, logline. Okay, basically a short. That's logline can be actually what we did here. Here we have tick marks for which documents you actually want to display in this document. So here we can remove statistics or the treatment or the synopsis. Yeah, if you just don't want to have this extra clutter of the documents. I don't mind them to be all the time open because actually I refer quite often to this documents. All right, title page. Title page is already has a template, a preset. For example, James Cameron. Okay. The script Terminator 9. Okay. Your contact information for your screenplay. Yeah, based on if you made it or based on some book or some writing, some article. Synopsis file is basically, is the synopsis of your story, a compressed brief of your story, which might go like for a few pages. Okay. So yeah, basically it's like that. You're just writing your text on and on, explaining the story which you have, what your character goes through in a general description. Later this file you can, if you right click, you can export. So we're gonna have several options: PDF, Word file, Microsoft Word, Final Draft, and Fountain. Treatment is a really cool thing. So for example, there is an option for people to do the cards, those story cards, the action cards, which people lay out, and they contain the main actions happening in your story. I tried to use the cards before and rearrange them and write the short description what's happening there, and it somehow didn't work for me. But the treatment is a nice thing because what you do here is you start to lay out your scenes. So when you think out of your screenplay, maybe before that you did some mind map, you have some notes, and then you try your best to lay out just a very first sequence of scenes. It doesn't have to be at this moment like very precise, but let's say you got some scenes for your beginning, right? Maybe there's like 5 to 6 scenes. Something happens in the beginning of your story, and you got the ending maybe too, and something in the middle. So you start to put them in. So for example, exterior, beach, sunset. Okay. Well, this is for example a basic description of the first scene. Then we can go another one is the interior. Maybe we go shopping mall. Day. Then that's how you progress. You just put your scenes, locations, and a brief story of what happens there. Okay, there should be no dialects, no nothing, just a general description. What's cool about that later you go into the screenplay and you already have this scenes in there structured for you. And what you can do here, like here on the top, is the button show bits headings, okay? And as you press them, your screenplay will show you those descriptions which you had there. As you're writing the script, you can always refer to these descriptions, and this is very cool. So for example, when I start, I see, okay, the scenes, what was there? Okay, the guy sits on the beach, okay, the guy, and then we start to add our first character. Maybe that's someone, maybe like Jake. And that's how you progress, yeah? So you can always refer to your descriptions here. You see they have the bullet marking here. And actually you can also amend anything in here, okay? If you got a new idea and then you close it and you have the screenplay. And later on when you export the screenplay, yeah, only the screenplay goes for export basically. Right, we start to have the statistics, okay? So we have the scene headings, and it's nice, it gives you the total amount of characters and words, pages, and like duration you have at the moment, yeah, and everything goes in the graphics. That's how much action you have, that's how much dialogue, okay? So you can balance out your script. So as soon as we started writing, you could see that we start to have I have two other folders. So one goes for characters. You see here in the screenplay we introduced the Jake, and here we start to have, here on the top you can see we have a Jake. As soon as you press on him, you have a side menu. You can add or generate a photo. If you have a full version, you're gonna be able to do it, okay? And also his relations. Later when you have a mind map, you can build up those relations. They're gonna happen here. And for example, if we add, he was talking to Mike. As we add Mike, so as soon as we added our second character, now we have the Mike as well, okay? And as well as, because we had in the screenplay like two locations, the beach and the shopping mall, we have locations as well. And additionally, you can, if you right click even on the files or in this empty field here, you can add another folder, and that's actually, you see what kind of documents you can add here. You can add another screenplay, another character, location, world, and folder. Let's start with the folder. Okay, I call it 1. And here we can be adding next documents. For example, we have a screenplay for the chapter 2. Okay, and as you can see, as it adds the screenplay, okay, this is sort of like a container. It will also have the title page, synopsis, treatment, and the screenplay. Here, for example, we can add a simple text file. We can call it notes. Okay, so the notes are containing inside this one folder. We can collapse it, and that's how you go. So basically one project, you can maintain multiple screenplay files, and you can also maybe even write your novel. You can add the book folder here, book file for the novel. Okay, my book. Yeah, and you see the novel has the same, the title page, but you see the formatting is different, the template is different. You have synopsis. Okay, you have the outline. You see some things vary from the screenplay, and you have a text, and there you go. What other files we can add here? Let's have a look. We have a character. Okay, Anna, create. Yeah, so even if you click here, the character goes into the top folder for the characters, and here you see, as we highlight her, we have the name, her role. Okay, primary. You can put the age, 26, gender, female, and we can, yeah, Anna is a student in the university. We can have long description, your story goals, okay, personal info, physique. Okay, this part is blocked because we didn't upgrade to the full version, but yeah, this is like extensive character description. Look at all these fields. You have the life, attitude, biography. I mean, there is so many things, and all of that you can input a lot of text. Okay, locations have some of the points which you can describe, yeah, sight, smell, sound, taste, touch, climate, landmarks, nearby places, even the history of the place. Quite cool and neat to keep everything in one file. Okay, what else we have here? Let's see, we have the world. Okay, So world, I guess, will work more maybe for the, let's say, the story which has a time jumps, yeah, maybe like present time and like a historical time 50 years back, 100 years back, or some general science fiction when you jump from planet to planet, or the time jumping and everything. You can create the world. Let's see, maybe alien space. Okay, and it creates one more folder for the worlds, and you can add actually multiple of them. Okay, so let's see, we click on the alien space and we go, yeah, description, world description, overview, Earth-like, world history, world mode. It's quite a good tips actually on you how to not just try to come up something from your head, but they already gave you the questions, okay, what your world can be like. And yeah, I think it's a very easy Kickstarter to really imagine your world. Okay, look, races, flora, animals, natural resources, climate. Wow, this is very nice. Culture, ethnics and values, languages, of technology, trade, economy, industry. Wow, guys, this is really nice. So, and in the screenplay file, we have the option just to focus on the current scene. So if you press this button, it will show you only the current scene and remove everything which you ever have, which is a good option to be focused just on one thing at a time. Disable the AI assistant. Okay, so as you can see right now, when you press it, the AI assistant happens on the right. For example, let's give a quick option. I think they give us some free tokens to just try it out. Okay, so for example, I have this little description which is basically not good at the moment, and what we can do, let's try expand. And I think, yeah, we actually need to copy. We need to copy this text, paste it here. We can input text up to 1000 characters. Okay, that's quite big. And we click expand. As it's expanding, you see the progress bar starts to go on here. It's probably contacting some cloud service. And as you can see, we have a much broader description. And what you can do, you can go through it, choose the bits you like and paste it in your screenplay. So as you can see, it added quite some more detail, like the leg stretch, eyes fixed on the distant line where the sea meets the sky. And it gives you a little more litrical, more poetic, let's say, description. Let's see what it can do with the dialogue. Let's say we take the dialogue. Okay, for example, let's do the shorten. So I have this dialogue part, and let's paste it here. And let's try shorten. The original is like, Jake, how did you get here? I'm just finishing my day. I came here quite often. Watching the sea makes me come down. Let's see what the AI gave us. Jake, what are you doing here? I'm finishing my day. I come here often. The sea calms me. So even this can be sounding even better. What I suggest, as you're writing, you just go on and what you have, what comes up out of your head, no matter how not pretty it is, or maybe not punchy, and then you can go for rewriting it. And if you feel like you really hit that block, it can really be helpful. It's not that something sloppy which you just asking, oh, generate me, but in this context it can be a really nice tool to really improve your writing over here, fix some things, and maybe come up with some rephrasing which you didn't even have in your mind, which is really, really nice. Let's try to translate. So for example, we copy this part of the text, we hit translate, text to translate, and let's choose okay, Arabic. We will not be able to read, but let's see. Okay, and this is Arabic translation, guys. How awesome is that? Let's try what else is outstanding here. Okay, Chinese simplified is one of the languages which is really complicated to translate, and here we have it. Well, the authenticity of this translation needs to be verified, but you have these amazing options here. Okay, you don't have to keep another window for another AI companion or a Google Translate. Everything is here. Let's do just one more thing, summarize. Okay, let's take just this text from the first scene, put in here. Let's go summarize. Okay, what it tells us: two men, Jake and Mike, meet on the beach at the sunset as a cruise ship passes. Jake recognizes Mike. Mike says he visits the shore often because watching the sea calms him. Okay, I think this is awesome, guys. This kind of assistance I think is really cool. Forgot to say, it has the timeline on the bottom. For the settings, the last thing, you can also adjust all the color themes and everything for this app. So if you go to this 3-line menu and then application settings, so all of this here on the left will have a separate menu settings for each block. Okay, and it's quite extensive for some parts, but for the user interface, yeah, it has the dark menu, it has mixed, and it has custom. So as you go for custom, you see here on the top they have all of those settings which you can tweak on. So you can have like maybe you like the rainbow colors of everything, so you can adjust it here. So this is the quick review of Story Architect. I think it's a very lovely, very cool app. If you like it, use it. Free version is there. And thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.